What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Life is Feudal Forest Village. We're hanging out today. Things are going pretty well. We've hit a little bit of a stopgap. We're waiting for some of our children to grow up so that they can become noble little workers. We have a little bit of a work deficit right now. Not necessarily enough people to get all the stuff done that's around. But we're working on it. We're sticking with it. We are working on it, and we are sticking with it. So we got two people down in there. They're producing a little bit of iron. Let's get back into the game here, shall we? I'm going to put this on ×5 because ×10 seems a little bit too fast. In the previous episode, we focused pretty heavily on getting ourselves set up with charcoal. In fact, I was learning the production chain. I wasn't quite sure. We needed more tools because our production, everything are kind of slow right now because we don't have them. Simultaneously, though, I've never really pushed this far into the game. And so essentially, I'm just kind of like checking out all the different production chains. And so we've got ourselves a blacksmith shop, a furnace, and then finally we've got ourselves a kiln, and that's going to be hopefully useful a little while later. I'm just going to use one person as the blacksmith for right now, and once we've stocked up like 50 to 100 charcoal, that's the point at which I will send that person off of this job over to this job. They'll work on the furnace until we run out of charcoal. Once we run out of charcoal, we'll bring them over here, then they'll hammer out a bunch of tools, and this is unfortunately just the way that it's got to be because we don't have enough people around to get this finished off completely. I like the music in this game, by the way. I haven't brought it up as of right now, but I really enjoy the soundtrack. We got a wheat field growing over here, which is kind of an interesting thing to do. I hadn't really planned on doing wheat fielding type stuff right now. Oh, we're officially in early summer at the moment. It's a little warm out. 30 degrees Celsius, not too bad, but not too cool either. I don't know. I live in a place, though, that throws my internal thermometer all out of whack. It's like 110, 115 here most days in the summer. So it's like, if I get a day where it's like 91 degrees outside, I'm like, oh, it's a cool summer day. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I did that just yesterday. We went outside, and I was like, oh, it's kind of a nice day today. And it was like 91, 92. I was like, man, there's a little breeze and everything. That's not too bad. It's when the like air is dead still, and it's like humid, and it's like 107 outside. That's just like, oh, my God, kill me, please. Those are the days where you just stay indoors and you don't do anything. You're just like, the only way I'm going to get anything done today is if I transfer from my current location to a new location with air conditioning inside of a vehicle which also has air conditioning. I ain't dying for this. Not me. Not today. How's the charcoal line going? Got 30 charcoal. So like I said, we're waiting for that to get up to 50, and then we'll be all solid to go. As far as my plans for the series from here on in, I'll more than likely make this farmland. This will loop back right here and come back around so that we have this entire little coastal area taken care of. We do have some flat real estate on top of the hill right here that I think we can capitalize on. But aside from that, I don't think much of this other area is going to be that equitable. Like, I don't see us being able to use like this hillside or anything like that. Instead, my recommendation would be that we work up to here, and then we kind of make a road that runs this way and then this way, and we try to make use of all this flat land over here once we actually get out that way. It's going to take a bit, though. I mean, I can't lie to you. This is a slow-paced game. If you're looking for a game that's going to instantaneously give you gratification, this is not that game. I can 100% promise you that. This game's going to take a little bit more love and care than that. Let me go ahead and put that right there. We'll throw somebody back on forestry so that we know we got somebody growing some plants because we are out of trees right now, and we're actually whittling through our tree supply pretty quickly. This was a factor. Wood was actually hard to come by in medieval times. It was rough. If you were in a place like England or like France or any place where deforestation had already taken like about 1,000 years worth of progress, trees were worth money. If you had land and it had like lumber on it, that land was worth money. Between water and lumber, people needed that stuff. That's why a lot of the time you see people building houses out of peat and whatnot in old movies and things like that. You don't know what peat is. It's kind of like this boggy material. I don't know how to describe it other than that. You kind of have to feel it's kind of like this clay-like mossy material. It's pretty prevalent in some areas. And it makes, I mean, you can make bricks and whatnot out of it. It doesn't make it terrible. You can burn it too. That's the next part, is that you can use it for warmth, so you have to burn wood if you live in an area that's got, you know, like a wood shortage or whatever. They're chopping their way through that. In the previous winter, we had some issues with our firewood supplies, which were apparently used for cooking. We had lost a civilian, but then my game crashed, so I got him back, and I figured out what the problem was, and so that was pretty cool. That was convenient. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Because I know there's always going to be that guy out there that's like, you reloaded your save, didn't you? And I'm like, no, I swear to God, I didn't. I don't really care that much. Like, if we lost a guy, that's chill. I'm not upset about it. It's just, you know, why waste an opportunity, I suppose, to act bad? A little wheat field down here. Now, we don't really have much to do with the wheat, so I'm not totally sure why I decided to grow it. I just wanted to do something a little bit different. We can make flour. We can do all kinds of stuff. There's also grains over here that we can make. Cool. So how we doing over here? It looks like we've almost got our charcoal ready to go. Let's go ahead, and as soon as that hits 5, we're going to take her off the job. We're going to put her on the job over here, and she's going to start taking that charcoal and a little bit of the iron that we've already produced, and she's going to turn that into refined steel. I don't know how long it's going to take for her to turn that into cast iron. Actually, that's pretty quick. Cast iron converts over rather quickly. I enjoy smelting metals. My old man's got a furnace in his workshop and everything where you can smelt metal and aluminum and iron and all that kind of stuff. And smelting and casting things is a lot of fun. Very, very satisfying. I always find it kind of depressing that nowadays there's not a whole lot of like physical labor jobs left that you use your hands for. It's just there's not a lot of that left unless you're in construction or unless you're like in farming. I mean, there's nobody out there making like die cast anything by hand anymore. It's all machine produced in big old factories and whatnot. I don't really have a whole lot of workers left. We've got a lot of vegetables. It's the middle of the summer, so the wheat harvest should come in perfectly fine. That's almost done. Happy to see it too, because I was a little bit worried. In the previous episode, we got a late jump on this. And this is not a trampoline. This is a field. I don't know if you know the difference between the two, but this is a field, not a trampoline. So, my thing is that, like, let's say that I make... Oh, we're almost out of clay mining, too. Well, we'll have to work our way towards something... Yeah, we're going to have to work our way towards something a little bit more equitable. Let's get some roads started off right here, I think. Me thinkies. We'll take this over to here. I'm trying to get into the theme of the game. Why can't I talk like a medieval peasant? We'll bring that back to right there. And then we'll do something that looks like that right there. And hopefully that doesn't end up using up all of my... Oh, we've got one extra worker. Hooray! One of our people grew up, so that's nice. We'll get a builder so that the builder can hang out. Oh, there's no jobs for the builder. Okay, so maybe that's a job for just like a regular peasant then? Yeah, it looks like he's going to do it right there. Cool. We've got 10 cast iron, so technically I could take him and I could put him in right here to produce high quality tools for us, which would be really, really cool. In fact, I think I will do that. We'll get that production line moving. And hopefully... that requires wood. Okay. Alright, we can make that work. He's got enough cast iron right here where he should take it with him to the shop. And once it's been taken to the shop, he's going to take that along with some lumber and some, it looks like, actually, raw native ore. And he's going to turn those into tools. And he did that really, really quickly. So there's a high-quality tool. That's going to increase, I think, the efficiency at which we do various tasks like building and things of that nature. I don't see... Do we still have somebody working on this over here? Okay. Let's go ahead and shut down that for right now. We've got 30 suits of clothing extras, so I think that should be fine. We'll reassign him to become a fisherman's. We had a hunting lodge out here, but I'm pretty sure we killed, like, most of the animals. I was gonna say, like, there's not a lot of animals left. Like, I think they occasionally wander into our little sphere of influence here, but by and large... I'm not seeing a whole lot left that, like, moves, barks, yips, or otherwise. Oh, we've got an elk right there, though. If you've ever had elk meat before, an elk is a delicious animal. I'm not gonna lie. I'm surprised that elks, like, are not extinct or whatever, because elks are goddamn delicious. If you ain't never had an elk before, I highly recommend the experience. So anyways, I'm hoping the meat is actually going back. It's hard to tell? Meat basket, where did you go? I don't know what they're pulling out of those animals, because I've seen them kill a couple animals now, and yet when they go back to base, it doesn't look like they're dropping anything off. Doesn't look that way to me, anyways. This could be a very, very vegetable-laden season. I'm thinking we might be eating a lot of vegetables this year. Oh, good. Everybody's replenishing their tools. You see there, we had a supply of like 10 tools, and then I think everybody came and like replenished them. Oh, there's a little bit more meat right there. But no hides. Kind of an interesting situation to be in. This guy's pretty manly. He's hunting bears, and these aren't black bears right here. These are like Kodiaks. These are big-ass bears. We don't have bears like this around here. We have brown bears and we have black bears, and the brown bears are kind of rare. They get outperformed by the black bears, which are superior scavengers in general. Black bears are smaller, but black bears are pretty good at surviving. Like, as far as being an animal goes and knowing how to get the things they need in order to survive, they do a pretty good job. Now, my exposure to brown bears has been fairly limited. I've seen black bears all the time. They're, like, everywhere. Seeing a black bear is like seeing a deer out here. It's just like, it's a big dog, essentially. That's how I think of black bears, is they're like big, skittish, wild dogs. Probably won't bother you. The only time that I would actively worry... Oh, good. We've got another teenager grown up now, too. So we've got an extra worker who's ready to go. They're planting trees around here. You can see that starting all over the place. What is this individual doing? I'm not sure what this individual is doing. Oh, she's planting trees. Okay, that's fine. I would like, if I can find the time, to bulldoze these houses and put in nicer ones. It's kind of tough to do, though, because... Let's have a look here. So for a small house, we could fit a small house right there, no problem. Let me... I want the door on the proper side. So let's say that we build the house right there, and I'm okay with that. Essentially what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to retrofit our society and make things a little bit nicer. What is this? Just like a normal... Oh, that's like a... Okay, so that's almost like a community... I mean, they call this one a hostel right here. But both of these are fairly large. I mean, they're pretty big. I'll probably wipe out one of these at a time so that I can fit more modern houses in here. Now, the houses, as I understand it, the nicer the houses that you have, I think it increases the breeding rate. I think it makes it so that they're more efficient with their heat usage and some other things. So it is something that you will want to retroactively go after and see if maybe you can solve. However, it's a little bit difficult at times because... How much wheat do we pull in? Okay, so we've got grains. And we're going to need to grind those in one way or another. I know there's a windmill that we can have. It's like a municipal building. Or it's... Let's see here. It's one of the... Sorry, I got like... There it is. It's a food building. You get a windmill. How big is... Oh my god, that thing is, once again, enormous. I mean, if you can find a place to build it, good god. Now, we might be able to get it in on the hill up here. No, that's not going to work. Okay, well, we might need to clear out some space for it then, in order to make this work. I don't see a lot of locations where this is going to be functional and it's actually going to fit. We're going to have to terraform a big-ass chunk of the map if we want to make this happen. It's going to be a location. We can probably do it right here, I suppose would be my estimate. Got road space right there. It would definitely have to be a larger product. Oh, good. Another child has grown up, too. So we're up to 17 people right now. Fantastic. Well... I don't know exactly how I would prefer to do this, because it's going to look ugly either way. But I suppose we could give it a try. I mean, the other thing that we could do is... I could wipe out this mine right here. This is almost out of resources anyways. Let's finish off the mine, because I don't want to waste the 660 clay. We'll put a couple people down in the mines to start working on that. God, how much would that suck? You turn like 15, because it's like medieval times, or like 14. They're like, yep, down into the mines with you. I'm like, damn it. I was hoping I would get a fun job, but I got a mine job. Mine job. What is your job? Mine job is mining. Let's see here. I will need more charcoal, so we'll throw somebody back on kilning. And then our extra person will be assigned to construction, because apparently I've got nobody building anything right now. Well, so that works out well enough. I'm going to take this right here, just for continuity's sake, and I want a road which runs to the front door. Oh, it won't let me do that. Well, it kind of let me do that. Okay, I can live with it. That's perfectly fine. We've got a little road that'll run up to here, and it'll look nice. These people are all living inside their weird little row housing, which they have no doors, so I assume these things must just fart heat everywhere. Hold on, let's find out. What's inside these houses? Oi. Stop walking around so fast. You're making this challenging. You there, resource gatherer. Let me be you for a second. I want to see what's inside these houses. So it looks like they've got themselves a little fireplace. But that's about it. I would like to see the food stocks kind of stack up a little bit while they're inside of here. That'd be kind of cool. Like, because they put like fish and turnips and shit like that inside of here. It'd just be kind of rad to see them put their little food stocks inside. Like maybe hang up the fish on like a rack or something like that. I don't know. It might be difficult to pull off, but still, I think it would look awesome. This harvest was fairly successful. I don't know how many loaves of bread that's going to make at the end of the day. And frankly, I don't think anybody's eating the bread anyways. I think they go after other things first. The game is pretty generous at the outset when it comes to, well, if they're still able to gather plants, let them gather plants. I mean, we should have more than enough vegetables to get us through the season. Let's go ahead and make cast iron, and then we'll go ahead and focus on making tools for right now. Remind me, if I forget, those are the people that need to be shifted around as far as jobs are concerned. We're to 386 clay. Should be good. Got 2 more little whacks worth of labor left on this house, and then we will start removing these homes so that we can put in nicer, more upgraded localities, little domiciles for people to live inside of. And in fact, it seems like this one's got 2 stories to it. I might go in there and explore. Oh, look at that. They got a little symbol over the doorway. Wonder what that means. It denotes the family, or maybe it's like a religious icon or something. I don't know. That girl's name is Anal. I mean, these jokes almost write themselves. Like, where do you want me to go with that? The girl's name is Anal. I mean, like, sure, I could. I'm not going to think of anything that you haven't already thought of. I mean, it's her name. Look, I'm not even lying about it. Her name is Anal. Or Anel. I don't know. I'd probably go with Anel just in case. Just in case. Milo, Frida, Landon. It looks like they caught the overflow from a bunch of these buildings. My next suggestion would be to bulldoze this building right here. So that'll lock the window. I think there's a bulldoze button, and I need to find it. Let's find out here. Yeah, there's the deconstruction one right there. So we'll deconstruct this. Hopefully there will be enough houses for everybody, but if we can condense this a little bit, it'll buy us back some space too, so that we're not wasting. I mean, if we come out of this positively, we might have like this entire little section where people can live. Got plenty of builders. I can take one off because there's only enough work for one builder. Maybe throw out another fisherman. How goes the fishing? I don't know if you actually fish out the waters or anything like that. I mean, I know I'm fishing out of the water. Clay digger Kalani died in an accident. Is that just a random event that happens? I assume that it must be. I mean, this is not the safest work. That's unfortunate. That means we've got a dead body laying around, though, too. Our first dead body. So what we'll have to do to fix that is we need a pyre. This will allow us to get rid of dead bodies, and so we really, really need to build that right there. They won't dispose of their bodies unless you have a pyre. And so the pyre, I think, has to be within a radius. Yeah, so we'll put another one over here, and that should give us 100% coverage. The dead body is more than likely inside the mine right now. I don't see the dead guy anywhere. But it's something to be aware of. You do have to build pyres if you want your people to be okay. Leaving dead bodies laying around is how you end up with diseases and all kinds of other issues, which can be very, very concerning. You don't want to have diseases laying around your village. Alright, so farming is done. We're not going to mess with that anymore. That gives us 2 extra civilians to play around with. Give me another builder for right now. We've got more than enough vegetables, so I see no reason for us to continue scrounging around. That should be more than enough vegetables to last us for the rest of the year. Over on this side, hopefully they'll recover on the fishing front a little bit. We've got people fishing around the clock right now. Give me, I suppose, either another hunter or another clay digger. I don't really care. Looks like our trees are growing back. Things are reforesting out here, which is great because our wood supply is looking a little iffy. We can probably take some people, like one person off the firewood gathering for right now. How is our storeroom over here doing? That barn's doing all right. We got lots and lots of firewood, so that should last us easily through the winter. 900 firewood. We should have a couple. Oh, we got another baby born, too. Good, to replace the one that we lost. I don't know exactly how the pyre functions. Oh, it was a builder. I'm sorry. It's not totally built yet. We'll put somebody back on it. This house is done. In the meantime, what I'd like to see is we will renovate and we will put in a second house right here. And I like the door to be facing the right direction, so... Okay. Just wanted to make sure of it. There it is. We'll get that bumping. And we've got enough workers to get that moving pretty quickly. And so I'm going to let that run. And then I'm going to bid you adieu for right now. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here for the next episode of Life is Feudal Forest Village, where we hang out and command our peasants. And they say, yes, me lord. And they just go and do the things we say. I say, villager, with your limited education and knowledge, go build me a house. He goes, yes, me lord. Building you a house with great structural integrity, me lord. And I'm like, good. That's all that I ever wanted from you. I will see you all in tomorrow's episode. Thank you for stopping in. I sincerely appreciate it. Bye, everybody.